Okay, I think we can start now. Okay, good evening, everyone. So, in today's session, we'll be discussing about the week three concept. Okay, so I'm audible, right? Okay, yeah. So we have a re-evaluation in week one and two. So in week one, question number nine, we have removed that question. In week two, also question number one and question number five, we have removed those questions, right? Sorry, question number five also, right? And question number one also is option C is correct in that particular question. Okay. So accordingly, your grades has been shown on the portal for week one and week two assignments. Okay. So how many of you gone through the week three lectures? Please raise your hand or attempted the practice assignment question. Okay. Great. Oh.
हेलो सर
Yes.
सर जो वीक 2 का ग्रेडेड असाइनमेंट था उसमें एक क्वेश्चन था वो चेन्नई वाला चेन्नई स्टूडेंट्स वेलोर स्टूडेंट्स उसमें
Question number
उसका
one, right?
नो सर इट्स नॉट वन इट्स वन तो नहीं था बीच में था कोई उसका आंसर चेन्नई दे रखा है उसका आंसर आई थिंक वेलोर होना चाहिए था
Okay.
Yes, sir. I also
Sir,
think it would be
it's question number 6.
वैल्यू ऑफ एक्स पूछी है उसमें लास्ट में जो
Let me take that question first, then we'll discuss the week three. Okay. Yeah.
And
ओके
sir, which questions you said were removed in week 2 graded assignment?
Question number five.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, will you discuss
Answer of that question is Chennai.
Right.
Correct.
Right. Not question number five. Grade assignment week two. Wait, which question? Let me check.
Sir, question number 5 is visible, sir.
No, there is one question in which X and Y is mentioned, but in the code A and B is given. Which is that question? Let me check. The term total revision. Just a second, okay? Question number 1 and 5. Okay, for the qualifier, I guess it is correct. For the term student, the question is wrong. Okay, no worries. Yeah. I'm talking about the term student. For them, question number one is option three is also correct. Option is also correct. And for term student, only question number five is ambiguous. Okay. For qualifier student, all questions are correct in week two. So if you have any doubt in any one of the question, please tell me. Question number six, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is my screen visible?
Yes,
This
sir,
one,
it's
right?
visible.
Yes.
Okay, great. Mm, yeah. So this question, yeah, consider the value. What will the value of x after execution of the following process using the scores data set? So we have to use score data set here, and note is given to us. Consider the same sequence as given in the score data set. So we have to refer to a score data set now. So common data set folder, because sequence is mentioned. So whatever given in the scores data set, we have to follow that particular sequence. Okay. So let's go for this. Yeah. So arrange all cards in pile one. We have
Sir,
arranged that.
go to GPS files, sir. Actually, sir, I have followed the order given in GPS files, GPG files.
JPG files.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
This one, scores data set.
Yes, sir. Yes. The first one.
Yeah. So you can scroll down, right? So starting from card number 0.
No, sir. First card I had started. I started from first card given. Here, this one is.
But it is 29, sir.
No, no, no. You have to go with the card number. Okay.
Card number
Number
0.
0. Yeah. Starting from that. It
Because it's
depends
the
for
initialized
us
number.
also. Yeah. Yeah.
Sir, it
That
was
I
given
can.
that as a sequence given. The first card I saw, I clicked on that.
No, it will be different because I can select sorting by name, ascending, descending order, last modified by me. So this will be different for everyone, right? So you have to follow the PDF that is given to you. You can see scores data set, right? By card number also. Even though if you are referring to a JPG image, still you have to follow the card number only. Okay, starting from 0. So if you look at this one, so we have to maintain 4 variables here we have, right? And initialize them all to 0 except y. Y is initialized to 100 and all other variable initialized to 0. Maintain variable x and initialize to none. So x is basically what? None here, right? Pile 1 is empty, but we have more card. Read the top card in pile 1. So if first condition, yeah, right? If town city is Chennai, so we are checking for the first card here, card number 0. Is town city Chennai? No. So this is not correct. This is not correct. So we are not going to do anything with this. Then add a to 1 like that. No. Is town city Bangalore? No. Is town city Madurai? No. That is basically errored, I guess, right? So none of the if condition satisfying that particular condition. So we'll go for a next iteration. So here also condition not satisfied. Now we'll move that card to another pile and repeat from step number 4. So next card is what? Card number 1, and here city is Salem, right? So again, if you see not satisfied, not satisfied, not satisfied, not satisfied, again go for a next card. Next card is what? Belong to Chennai. You can see card number 2 belong to Chennai, right? Now you can see here card number 2 is belong to Chennai. Now for this particular card, if you see here, if town city is Chennai, yes, this is true. If this is true, then we have to add 1 to A. So adding 1 to A, right? So A equals to what? A plus 1. So that is basically a what? 1, because initially value of A is 0, right? Now we are going to check if A is less than Y. So what is Y here? 100. What is A here? 1. So 1 is less than 100. Is that true? Yes. Then we have to store A in Y. So we have to store A in Y means what? Y equals to A. And what is the value of A? 1. And X in Chennai. And X equals to Chennai and Y equals to 1. That's it. Okay. So we have stored the values in X and Y. Then that's it. Not satisfying. Then go for a next card. Now next card is what? Again Chennai, right? Now again, if you check for the condition here for next card Chennai, again satisfying this particular condition. Again, we are going to add 1 to A, that is A equals to A plus 1. But from the previous iteration, the value of A is 1. So 1 plus 1 is basically 2. But what about this condition? Whether A is less than Y, Y is 1 here, A is 2. So 2 is less than 1. Is this true? No. Right? So we are not going to do anything here, right? Now, if you observe here, the value of y is what? 1 only, right? After the first iteration, doesn't matter which condition gets satisfied, this condition is never going to become true. Okay? So the value of x will always remain Chennai. So it means what are the value of which city will come first among those cities in the data set, that will be remain as it is. So here answer is Chennai, right? I guess Chennai is the answer. Yeah. I hope this is clear now.
So, sir, here we'll not add the value to y. We'll just store it.
Yeah. Then store a in y. A in y means y equals to a. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a doubt in question number 1.
Question number 1.
Question 1. The marks was shown as 100, now it's showing as 96. Why?
Why step 2 is incorrect?
Yeah.
Step
Let
2.
me check that. Yeah.
Yes, sir, that was my also.
Okay, this question is different. This question. Okay, for term student, option C is correct here, but I guess let me check this question.
So not this one.
Question number 1 only, no?
Qualifier.
This one. Yeah.
Qualifier, right? Yeah, qualifier booker only. So here all cards in pile 1, initialize variable a to 0, pile 1 is empty, stop the iteration, read the top card in pile 1. If city equals to Bangalore and total marks is greater than the average total, so average total is already calculated, average total marks, right? Then we have to add 1 to a. So a equals to a plus 1. But what is the
in the
requirement
question.
here? Yes. Number of students we need to find out from Bangalore whose total marks are less than average total marks. Okay. So total marks should be less than the average total marks. But what is the condition here?
Just given greater than.
Greater than.
And
So,
step 5 is
so step
incorrect.
number 5 has a mistake here, right? Now, do we have any other
Yes.
mistake
Step 6.
in the code?
Yes, sir.
So move the
Step
current
six
card
And
to another
repeat.
pile
It
and
should
repeat
repeat from
from
step
step 2.
3.
No. So we don't have to initialize this again. We have to repeat from the step number 3. So option B is also correct here. Right?
Then, sir, step 2 is correct, right?
In answer given
Step
step,
2 is
we
correct.
also had mistake.
So is given step 2 is incorrect.
No, I guess we have done the re-evaluation in term portal because option C was correct. I guess portal team has also considered this as correct. Okay. No worries, we'll inform them.
Yes, sir. Before the marks was 100, then it became 96 because
Okay.
of this.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll inform the team about this one.
Sir, in question number 6, it should have. Hello?
Yes.
In question number 6, it should have been given that refer to the PDF file. Because if you refer to the JPG files, then you may get wrong order.
No. See, anyway, even if you refer to JPG file, you have to refer to the card number you can see, right? Same sequence, this card number you can
Here
get.
is mentioned
like
that
this.
consider the sequence.
Yes, same sequence as given the score data set, right? That's it.
Sir,
I
is this a
see
doubt
here.
session or summary session?
First, I'm taking the week 2 doubt, then we'll discuss week 3. Don't worry.
Sir, I have doubt in
I have also a doubt.
Yes.
Sir, in graded assignment 2, first question, why the third option is correct?
It is not correct. That is what we have discussed
Sir,
right
not
now. That is
qualifier, term 1.
term. Okay. Third option is correct, right? Why? So you can see this particular question. Are you term student, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So here you can see A is set to false while table 1 has more rows. Read the top card X from table 1. What is condition here? Physics marks greater than or equals to 60 or town city is not equals to Vellore. Okay. Then we are setting A to true. Now the question is asking what the conclusion about pseudocode means. We have to find out when A will return true, right? So if you look at option number C here, what it is saying, when there exists a student having physics marks greater than or equal to 60, yes, that is correct, greater than or equal to 60, and not from Vellore, in that case also this will be true and A will be true. Okay. So option C is also correct here.
Okay, sir.
Sir,
Right?
Got it.
Both the
Sir,
conditions
in
are
the
true.
graded assignment of week 2, there is a question which was of 2 point before the deadline, and now it's showing of 0 point.
No.
yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Question
So
number
Yeah,
I
it's
5,
will
right?
question 5.
Question number 5.
qualify a student.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think they have done the re-evaluation for terms student or qualify student as well. We'll inform them. Don't worry.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
but
Sir,
it
but
just
And
given that answer is correct.
answer
But
is correct, but I got the 0 marks
Yeah,
for
answer
this.
is
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I will
yeah, for
inform them.
everyone it's
Don't
like
worry.
that only.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir,
Everyone
same
is like
here.
that. No worries. Yeah.
There is
sir, is
nothing
this
wrong with this
sir, is
question.
this
Right?
mark will affect me that getting into my July 13th exam?
No, even if you are getting greater than 40, right? That's it. In both the assignment, no need to worry.
Sir,
No,
40%
sir,
or 40
but
marks.
because in final there is a average of 10 week graded assignment is considered.
Yeah, that will do. Don't worry. Okay. So if you are getting for the qualifiers, and only I am saying if you are getting greater than 40 in weekly assignment, then you are eligible for quiz one. That's it. For qualifier exam.
Sir, sir, in the question
sir,
number 6, after Chennai, they did not mention to skip the other steps, skip the 6, 7 steps.
Where?
Sir, in the question number 6.
No, you don't need to skip. Even if you go through all the data set, that is not going to get true. Okay.
No,
So
sir.
this is
After completing 2 cards of Chennai, we are getting Madurai card, and while going to the Madurai card,
okay.
we will get.
Even if even if we got card equals to Madurai, let's say for example, we are add 1 to C, so C will become 1, right? And what about this condition? Whether C is less than Y is equals to 1 for this particular case for Chennai. So 1 is less than 1 is never is going to become true, right? So doesn't matter which condition gets satisfied here. We have to go through all the steps. No issue. We have to go through till the last card. But this condition, second if condition is not going to get true here. Okay, this is what I am saying.
Sir,
This
it
will
will
be
get.
true.
Sir, the variable B is already 0, but 0 is less than 1. Then why Bangalore can't be stored?
No. If city is Bangalore, then we are adding 1 to B, na? So then B will become 1, na?
Sir, but if we go stepwise, we are getting a card of Chennai and we increase
Huh?
the variable A plus 1,
Huh?
and we are going to step 7, but the card is not Chennai, but in the step 7 we are getting Bengaluru. Well, the
Huh?
variable B is already less than 1 because it is mentioned 0 for the same
No.
card.
See, no, for the same
Bro,
card,
you are not understanding the question properly.
no, see, here, if the town city is Bengaluru, then only we are going to add 1 to B and then only we are going to check for this particular condition. If town city is not Bengaluru, we are not going to do anything with this particular case. Same thing here. If town city is Madurai, then only we are going to do all this particular statement. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Sir, I had a question in that in this one. Sir, if the first card is Madurai or Vellore, then the value of X will be Vellore or Madurai. It will
Yes,
not be
yes.
Chennai, right?
Yeah, whatever the first card will be there in the data set, that will
Yes.
be the answer. Yeah.
Okay, sir. So also I had the problem in the first one. Did you explain it how is the step 2, right?
No, step 2 is not correct. Option number 3 is
Came
not
out.
correct here. It's a mistake from the portal team because from the terms
Sir.
portal we have evaluated. So that's why I think
So we
they
will
also
get the
updated
marks,
here.
right, sir?
Yeah, you will get the marks. Don't worry.
Okay,
Sir,
sir.
graded assignment from
Thank you, sir.
the first week graded assignment. There also they just given one question correct, but just marked as 0. Question number 9.
Yeah, question number 5 here.
Sir, not from graded assignment 2, sir, from graded assignment 1.
Okay, in week 1 also same thing happened.
Yes, sir. Just now I just checked, it's just showing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so
Sir,
we have
in
removed
week
that question.
Question number 9 is just given 0.
Question number 9, sir, in week 1.
Okay. I think for term student, that question has been removed. So that changes has been reflected for qualifier as well. Let me check. Okay.
Sir, for
Sir,
qualifier,
I have sir, for the students who have got more than 40% in combine of both of the week, what will happen to them? Like, will they be able to give the qualifier now?
40%. Yes, greater than 40%. That's it. That's the only requirement.
So, will they get some sort of notification or something like that?
Yeah, you will get a admit card or you will get an email from that you're eligible. Okay, from support team. Don't worry
Sir,
about that.
the 40% criteria is for each subject, right?
Yeah, for this subject. Yeah.
Okay. So the average of two weeks in each subject.
Yeah. So
Okay.
question number 9. You
Question
can
number
see
9.
here.
I just written my correct answers, but still they just given 0 points, sir.
Yeah, see here. So if you remember in the first session I took, here we have not mentioned date of birth in which format, right? Date of birth. So format of date of birth is missing here. So we have to mention a note here. If you look at this date of birth, it is mentioned in what? DD, YYY format, right? So that's why like few students consider this as invalid date of birth. You can
Sir, but
see
only
here.
different two answers one, sir. Incorrect data type of data number because the data number was incorrect and total score was out of range. Adding the three total score, it's out of range. That's the only
So
three mistakes.
Sir,
Two
actually, in
mistakes.
the scores data set, date of birth is different for
yeah,
Hari.
so there is a mistake in this particular question. That's what I am saying. A note is missing here.
Sir,
So that's why we
even
have
if
removed this question from evaluation. And
Sir,
also
can
you
you
can
tell me
see
what?
card number is equals to 1 here, right? And we have row number 1, incorrect data type of card number, which is not correct, right? The card number having a correct data type here, you can see in teacher. Okay. But still row
Sir,
number 1 is considered as a correct answer here. So that's why we have removed this question from evaluation. Okay.
sir, excuse me, sir.
So
But
when
here the format is not given, but in the solid that card, that date
Sir,
of
we
birth
got
is
the
different.
marks for graded assignment question number 5.
Wait, let me complete this one. Yes, go ahead. Question number 9, any doubt?
Sir, in this, the date of birth format is different, but in the card which we have given by the OneDrive, the total date of birth only is different, sir. Not
Yeah,
about the format.
that's what I'm saying. We
Sir,
have removed this question because that note is missing here. We will specify in the case of date of birth which date format you have to follow.
sir,
Okay, because there are
if,
multiple date format. DDMMYY format, YMMDDYYY format, right? We can also specify 3rd June like that, like what we have in the data set. So note is missing here. All date format are valid. Okay.
so sir, just
Hmm.
समझ लो कि they gave the note.
Assignment 2, question 7.
They gave the
Wait.
note that it is in the
हाँ,
format DD MM YYY, okay? And date of birth यहाँ पर गलत है. It's written as 30th December. So, and in the common data, it's written 3rd June. तो उसके बाद सही आंसर क्या होगा?
नहीं उसके अगर यहाँ पे 3rd June लिखा है then this will be incorrect because we already specify in the note. Okay.
No, note is given. It
हाँ,
is written in this format only.
हाँ. Then this
लेकिन
option
30th
is
December.
correct here. This option is correct. Nothing wrong with this question. Nothing wrong with this particular roll number 4 because we have specified that date of birth we are storing in this particular format. If we specify
Yes,
the note.
sir. मगर according to sanity of data, the data should be the same. है ना?
So
So it
that's
should be
why we have
written as
mentioned a special
3rd
note here.
slash
Nah, that's what we are saying. We are mentioning a
wait,
special note
no,
so
sir, you're
that the
not
date
getting
of
what
birth
I'm
should not
asking
taken
you.
here. Yes, tell me.
The actual his date of birth is 3rd June. So imagine अगर 3
You
slash
don't have to check the data marks card, which is given in the common data set.
No. Can you
Just
repeat your question?
you have to look the format, which is right or wrong.
Yeah, you don't have to look the data, actual data in the data set. Okay. You have to
but
look
sir
for
the
the
rest of the
format and
data
the
are
structure.
matching in the common data set and then how can you explain that?
No, that is our sanity of data. So we already discussed. It's about the structure. So you are saying that for card number 1, name, Hari, gender, date is 3rd June here, right? From the data set in the actual data set. So you don't have to match the
If they
data here.
wrote 3rd June in that format, if they wrote 3rd June like 03/06 ऐसा then according to that
ये डेटा
Yeah,
सेट जो है ना पीडीएफ में उससे मैटर नहीं करता है। यहाँ पे जो दिया हुआ है उसी से मैटर करता है। यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ होगा कि जो जो फॉर्मेट है वही फॉर्मेट चेक करना होगा। अगर यहाँ
हम
फॉर्मेट
वैल्यू
लिखा
से
हुआ
कोई
तो
लेना देना
दूसरे
नहीं
बाकी
है यहाँ
सारे
पे।
वैल्यूज मैचिंग हो रहे हैं डेटा सेट में।
आपको कार्ड से वैल्यू को मैच नहीं करना है, केवल फॉर्मेट देख के बताना है कि फॉर्मेट सही है या गलत है।
Yeah, that's it. Here card number can be 99 also. Chalega. Even though we have 30 cards, but we can mention 99 also because data type is integer, right? This is only we have to check here.
only this
Don't
table
have to
matters, right?
verify the
Yes,
data.
sir.
Yeah. And
Sir, but
only in the case
can
of
I
date
got
of
two
birth,
questions
we
seven.
have to check for
But
the
sir, even if it's
format.
99, it won't be correct because that is out of range of the card number also, na? That's how sir explained in the video. It should be within range. Like the 30 cards, so 30 तक value रहेगा.
No, we already, if you watch that lectures, Professor mentioned that the card number can vary from 0 to any positive integer, right? We can specify 100, but for that example, we are just consider 30 cards. But for that entire data set, we can have any number of cards, right? But for example,
It
we are
was
just consider 30
mentioned
cards
for
like
it
that.
was mentioned for people we can do 100, and for the computers they can do hundred thousands and
Yeah.
100,000s.
So we are not dealing with the values when we talk about the sanity of data, not actual data, just of structure and its format. That's it. Okay.
sir, but can here row 8 be also be wrong because the total will be 300 marks only.
Yeah. This is wrong only. Yeah. So this option is correct. Total score is out of range. That is correct. So here total cannot be greater than 300, right? Because of these three subsets. Okay.
Sir, I
So,
had doubt in question 7 of graded assignment 2.
Okay. So we already discussed this question in the first
Okay.
session. So
Okay.
question number 7, grade assignment
The,
2.
that day, sir, there were many sounds coming, so many boys can't understand that day. Can you please
Okay.
re?
No, what is your doubt in this question? This question or
In question number
other
7,
question?
sir. Question number 7.
Week 2? Week 2 or week 1?
Grade 2 and question 7.
Okay, grade assignment 2, na?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So question number 7. Okay.
Sir, are you taking the doubt questions of the week 3?
Yeah, after this I will go for week 3. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So what is your doubt here? Yes, anyone? Flow chart is given to
Here
us.
I'm not getting that the B should be, I think, Siddharth only, but they are telling it's Rida.
Okay, let's see. We assume that Rita and Siddharth both
Sir,
have scored lowest total marks across the whole data set, which is 173. Okay. So we have arranged the card in such a way that Rita's card is below the Siddharth's card, right? So Siddharth card is there and the Rita card is below the Siddharth's card like this. Okay. And both are having 173 total marks like this. What is the value of A and B? So this is what we need to find out. We are starting, yes. Then we have A 1000, B none. Pile 1 is empty. No. Pick a top card X in pile 1. X dot total less than equals to or less than equals to A, right? So here we have 1000. But what is total for any number of card? Let's say for example 300, not 300. Total marks will be what? Yeah, let's say 200. So 200 less than equals to 1000. That is correct. So we are going to update that total to 200. And whatever the name of that particular student, let's say for example ABC, B will be ABC. That's it, right? Then we are moving that pile to, again we are going like this. So if you observe this here, total less than equals to A, right? So this will be true till when we get the lowest mark. Okay, lowest marks in the entire data set here. And we already mentioned 173 is the lowest marks. Okay, so after going through all the data, all the cards here like this, let's say A can be anything, any lowest number. Let's say for example 180, and B can be any name. Let's say for example XYZ. The moment we will reach this particular card set, what will happen here? Tell me. for this card?
The name will change to Siddharth.
Yeah. So here you can see we are checking total less than equals to A. Yes, because it is 173 less than 180. That is correct. So we update to 173. But what is the value of B here? That particular name is Siddharth, right? So it will be a Siddharth like this. So answer will be what?
Here it's showing that the answer is B is Rida, but I think Siddharth could be.
Yes.
Okay. No, no.
Yeah,
See,
Siddharth should
here
be.
it is. No, not Siddharth. Rida is also there. See, here we have said less than equal to sign, right? Now it's satisfied for the 173. Now let's go back again for next card. Next card is Rida because they have mentioned below Siddharth. Now what about this particular condition? Is 173 less than equal to 173? Is that correct?
Yes.
Now this is
Yes,
correct.
sir.
So marks will be same only 173. But what about the value of B here? Rida, right?
Name will be updated.
Yeah, that will be Rida. So this is correct. If we just keep this equal to sign, in that case, Siddharth will be there. But if we have equal to sign, then Rida is the correct answer here. Okay.
Okay, got it, sir. Thank you.
But in the question, it was given that
One time
Siddharth was
six
below
question.
Rida. So anyway, it
Sir.
will be Rida only.
Sir, I have a doubt in graded
Rida is
assignment
below
1.
Siddharth.
Sir,
That's
can you
why
please
the
explain
answer
the
is Rida.
last answer, last question of the third week, activity 1.
Okay, wait.
Activity 1,
Sir,
third week,
sir,
practice.
sir,
So you
I
are
have,
going to do
sir,
summary,
I
sir.
have one doubt in
Sir,
graded
is this a
assignment
summary
1.
session?
So please do the summary first, sir.
1 minute,
No.
1 minute, brothers, please. 1 minute.
Any
Small doubt for me.
doubt in week assignment, grade assignment to anyone?
Sir, not.
Sir, shall we
Sir,
get
question
the
number 9.
marks for the
Question
question
number
number 5?
6, sir.
Wait. Any doubt in grade assignment week 2?
So in
Question number
week
Question
2, the
6.
number
activity
9.
2.7, I have doubt.
We already discussed those activity doubt. I'm taking the graded doubt here.
Sir, the
Question number
mistakes in
6.
answers will be updated, right? So our grades also.
Yeah, here you can see question number 5. We'll update 5 and 1 also. Don't worry.
They will be updated, right? Okay.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Excuse
Any
me,
other
sir.
doubt
Can you
in
go
Get
to
grade
the
the
third
assignment
score
2?
question?
for this?
Please, one by one. Any other
Sir,
doubt
I have
in
graded
grade
assignment
assignment
doubt
2?
in grade 1, sir. Graded assignment 1.
Okay, grade assignment 2, any doubt?
Sir, can you
Sir,
give the
question
third
number
question?
9.
Question number 9, grade assignment 2. Okay, what is your doubt here? So here A minus B we have to represent, right? Please mute. Okay. Yeah. So again we have arranged file 1, then we have initialized variable A and B equals to 0. Yeah. What is your actual doubt? What did you didn't understand here?
So why the answer is not B?
D. What is the given answer here? Bananas and total is more than equals to 60. Okay. So here we have A and B equals to 0. In file 1 is empty, read top card in file 1. If the bill contain an item banana, okay. If the bill contain item banana, then only we are going to add 1 to variable A. So this is what we are doing here. If total is less than 600 and bill contains an item banana, then add 1 to variable B. This is what we are doing here. Now, what A minus B represent, right? So A will represent what? Number of bananas we can say, right? Can I say? A will represent total number of bananas because we are only checking item is banana or not. Simply we are adding 1 to that. It means we are counting how many bananas are there. That's it. Now what about step number 6? Here we are checking two conditions. Banana as well as total is less than 600, right? So we have a B in which we have number of bananas having total less than 600, right? Total bill and total bill less than 600. Now if I subtract A minus B, what we are going to get? Yes. So number of bananas having total greater than or equals to 600. So option A is correct here. That's it. Right? Anyway, this option will not be
Okay,
correct.
sir.
Do not contain banana, right? Yeah.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
I have a doubt in graded
Sir,
assignment.
I have a doubt. So question number 6.
Question number 6, I think we already discussed, right? So
Sir, I joined it.
Yeah, we already discussed whichever the card will come first in this particular data set, that will be the answer. So Chennai is coming first here because Y will get updated to 1. And if you go for any other card, this will never become true. Okay, so that's why answer is Chennai here. So
Sir,
please
activity
do watch.
question
Okay, sir.
2.7. Activity, just one question. I actually could not join.
Okay,
Activity
so that's it.
2.7.
Activity.
Activity 2.7, question number 3.
Yeah. So I will take this last question, then we'll discuss victory.
Sir, the
Sir,
one
could you say the
question,
third question in
graded
grade
assignment
assignment
1.
2?
I am asking from long time.
Grade assignment
1.
Okay. Which question?
Sir, graded assignment 1, question number 7.
Okay.
Please discuss this question number 3 first. I had asked before.
Okay,
This
bro.
one, question number 3.
Yes.
Okay, let me discuss. Here we have let maximum marks be a variable that keeps track of maximum total marks in the scores data set. Okay, so it will keep a maximum total marks of score data set. Let max card be a variable that tracks the index of the card which has maximum total marks. Okay, we write procedure to the one given in the lecture to determine the maximum total marks. We have to check the procedure what is given in the lecture. Okay, to find out the total marks and its index of the card. Okay, what did you didn't understand here? What is your doubt in this question?
Now, this question I could understand 1 and 2 I can do, but 3 I had given capital equal to small n, but the answer is given as capital N less than equal to small n. That I cannot understand. Why?
Okay, so you can see maximum marks is what in this entire score data set we have, and card be a variable that tracks the index of card which having maximum total marks. So this we have given, right? Maximum marks and max card we have, right? If max marks is updated n times during the execution, how many times the max card updated? What is the answer here?
Small n.
So we are talking about a small n here, right? Number
The
of
third
times.
question. Question 3.
Okay. Third question, right? So again, let me discuss what is n here. I don't know. Let there be n cards in file. So n is basically number of cards, and n is basically what? Number of times it got updated, right? During the execution. So that is the case here. Okay. So n is basically total number of cards. Now, based on the answers from the above question, which is the correct relationship between n and n, right? So here we can see n is basically total number of cards, right? You can see, let's say we have 30 cards here, right? And n is what we are saying, it's updated n number of times. Okay, so at most this particular variable can update 30 times here, right? So either n will be less than
30
or
times
equal
or
to
less.
this capital N, 30 times or less, right? Like that. If this
They
maximum
should be
card is
equal
at the
only.
last, no, not equal. See, we have this particular sequence 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. We have just 5 cards, then it will update 5 times, right? But if the 50 we have at the beginning, right? So then that variable, that max card ID will not get updated. Only one time it will get updated, right? Like that.
Okay.
It can be less than or equals to n. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
So,
So
graded assignment 1,
yeah,
question number 7.
Graded assignment 1, question number 7.
Sir, in this question, they just
Yeah, we already discussed this question in the last session. What is
Sir,
your doubt here?
Sir, in this question, they just given that assume that there are only 3 shops in the data set.
These 3.
Yes, sir. A refers to count of SV stores of Niranjan card, and B refers to Big Bazaar of Niranjan's card, and C refers to Sun General of Niranjan's card. If we combine all
Right.
the 3 in the X, we'll be getting that total Niranjan's card of SV stores, Big Bazaar, and Sun General. It means the total number of cards belongs to Niranjan. because they just given that there are only 3 shops and he just mentioned all the 3 shops here. Then we
Okay.
used to get the number of bills of data set belong to Niranjan only. The first option will be the correct na. Then but it just shows us number of distinct shows which Niranjan have visited.
No, sorry, I'm not getting.
Sir, in this
So you are,
question, A given that how many bills that Niranjan purchased from SV stores, and B refers to number of bills Niranjan just purchased from Big
no,
Bazaar.
not number of bills, not number of bills. Here, set A equals to 1. It is not A equal to A plus 1. It is number of bills. But here is A equals to 1. Right? So we are setting here. We are not incrementing here. Okay?
Yes,
I think
sir.
you got confused here like this. Okay? So please read the statement carefully. Okay? Setting equal to 1, storing A to Y. Right? Assigning this value to this particular variable. Incrementing, adding 1. Okay? So please read the question carefully. Okay.
Sir, please start with summary.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So this is about week 1, week 2. We have covered in the previous session. Also have covered graded assignment doubts. So we'll start with the week 3 now. This is the first session, right, for week 3. Previously happened, no, Monday.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Nothing.
Okay. So again, week 3 and deals with the pseudocode part only. So whatever we have discussed is a procedure step by step, right? But not in the format of pseudocode here. So let me go to the content first here. Yeah, you can. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah. So, see, in the week 3, what we have discussed, like whatever cards we are playing, right, in week 1, week 2, we have stored that, we have represented that particular cards into a tabular format, right? This is what we have discussed. So, presentation of a data set in the format of tables. That's it. This we discussed in lecture number 1 or 2, I guess, right? And you can see for all the data set we have stored in that particular table. That's it. Now, then we have started with the pseudocode part here. Okay. From week 2 itself. So first, you can see below average student in 2 iteration, nested, non-nested, and get allocation. So you can refer to the lectures in that. I think we have discussed this particular pseudocode in detail, right? It is not mentioned here, this particular document. Do you have access to this particular PDF?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
The table is already discussed.
Sir, can you please share the link in chat?
Yeah. So see, like what we have discussed in week 1 and 2, that is step 1 is this one, step 2 is this one, right? In the format of English statement here. But we have converted that into a pseudocode like this, procedure like this, right? This one, okay? So this is what the pseudocode we already discussed, right? Now what about the procedure, right? So let me take one question based on the pseudocode, then I will come back to this particular procedure. We'll discuss one of the practice assignment question that will be easier.
Sir, can you please send this document in chat?
Yeah, we'll share that. Okay. So here, if you see the week 3 lectures, what we have discussed, in short, whatever the procedure we have mentioned in the English statement, right? In week 1, week 2, we have converted into a pseudocode here. Okay. Pseudocode. And why we have done this? So please refer to a lecture for this particular case. Okay. We'll discuss one procedure, so that will be easy to understand. Okay. So not procedure, one pseudocode. Let me take one pseudocode here. Then we'll go back to a procedure. Okay, let's discuss question number 2 here. Okay. So is question number 2 visible?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So entire week 1 to week 4 deals with the while loop and if else statement. Rest is just the logic in the pseudocode. That's it. Okay. So you should be very good at in solving the while loop and is a nested while and if statement, if else statement. Okay. So the following pseudocode executed with the scores data set. What will be the value of variable z at the end of execution here? Okay. Now what we are doing, we have a variables here. Some t equals to 0, some m equals to 0. This p equals to 0, some c equals to 0. Right. Now while pile 1 has more card, we have more cards. We are starting the iteration. Read top card. We have read the card here. And then what we are doing here, we are adding the cards in the respective variables. Some t will give us what total marks we are adding here. Some m is mathematics marks we are adding. Some p physics marks we are adding. Some c chemistry marks we are adding here. Right. For the first card, let's say for example.
Sir, in this type of question, we have to actually refer to the data set given.
No, not required. Not required. I'm just taking this for the example purpose, but data set is actual data is not required. Yeah, so how this while loop works, see here. So first we'll go for the first card here, Bhuvaneshwar, and we'll store this information. 68 in, we'll add this here, mathematics 68, physics, chemistry total like that, 64, 78, 64, 78, and then we have 210 like this, okay? And here is initially 0, 0, 0, and this will get updated to respective value. Now we will move that card to another file. Here you can see this curly braces, right? Indentation part here. We are starting the while loop here and it is closing it here, right? So after this particular line, again we have to go back to while loop. Again we have to check whether this condition is true or not. Again we have more cards because we just gone through card number 1 and then we'll go for a next card like this here. Okay. Again we go for a next card. Then what are the value we have on that particular card? For example, mathematics 62, physics 45, chemistry 91, total 198. So we are going to add that here in this particular variable. Okay. And we are doing this for all the cards. So we are going one by one through entire data set till card number 29. We are adding physics marks. What happened? Yeah. So we are adding physics marks in some physics. We are adding chemistry marks in some C, mathematics in this one, and total in this one. That's it, right? So we'll do this till the last card. The moment card number 29 came and we have noted down, we have added the marks here, we move that card to another pile, and then if you go back, we don't have any other cards in the pile 1. So this condition become false. When the condition become false, we are going to stop the while loop here. And then we'll come out this while loop, and then only we are going to execute this line number 10. Till then, we have to continue, check for this condition and execute here. This is what a while loop is. Okay. Is this clear? How while loop is working and what we are storing in this particular variables?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So summation of total marks of entire data sets, because we don't have any condition here. We are simply taking the card when adding it that. Okay. So it will give us for entire data set summation, sum p will give for summation of physics marks of entire data set. Okay. Now z is equals to 0. Okay. Now see, it is saying if summation of these 3 marks divided by summation of total marks. Okay. If that is greater than equals to 0, then z is equals to 1. Will this condition possible? Is this will become true? Can we say this one? This equals to 0 or 1 or what? Is this condition true?
But it can be two, means it can be one.
Yes, sir. It can be 1.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if you check for entire data set, right? So total is nothing but what? Mathematics plus physics plus chemistry. And if you do a summation for entire data set divided by summation of total for entire data set, that will be what? Same or different? Yes.
Different.
Different.
That would be same.
Same.
Sir, in this pseudocode, I have a doubt. Can I?
Yeah, just a second. So here we have 3 cards, say for example, like this, and these are the physics chemistry marks, and you can see a total here, right? So what they are saying, total of this one, so that is 20, and here we have 15, that is 35. Total of this one is 11, total of this is basically 13, total of this is basically 11. So again, you can see this total is basically what? 35. So what about this condition? Summation of physics, mathematics, chemistry divided by summation of T is equals to 1. Can we say like this? Because anyway, this will be same only,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Now, if this is equals to 1, so 1 greater than equals to 0, is this true?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes. Then we are setting Z equals to 1. Okay. Again, we are checking for this condition. Again, same thing here, but here less than equals to 1. Is this true?
Yes, sir.
Sir, it's again true.
This is also
Yes,
1.
it
Yes,
is
Again,
sir.
we are updating Z to -1. That's it. So answer should be -1 here, right?
Sir, it's not for one only, sir. It's for also zero, sir.
Huh?
Sir, can I tell me why the Z is mentioned here? What is coming to convey?
No, here we are trying to see the logic of the code here, right? So here we are checking when the Z, what is the value of Z if we check for this particular condition. Okay.
So, but on the portal, it's giving my one. That answer should be 1.
No, -1. No. Option number C on the portal. You can check. Okay. So back to assignment question. Okay. What if we said this is instead of Z equals to -1, Z equals to Z -1. In that case, what is the answer?
0.
-2.
In that case, this will be a 0. So instead of this one, if I mention Z equals Z -1, from the previous if condition, Z equals to 1, and here 1 -1 will be 0. Okay. So simple question, but here we are checking how do you understand the whether while
So can you
loop
repeat what you
works or
said, sir, again?
yeah. Instead of this condition, if I add Z equals to Z -1, then what will be the answer?
Oh, okay, sir.
That will
Understood.
be 0, right?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is how the pseudocode works here. Okay. Do we have procedure anywhere? Only one question. Yeah, here we have procedure. Yeah. So let me discuss one question again, then we'll go for. Okay. Yeah. So let's discuss question number 3. Okay. Because in week 3, week 4, this concept will be the same. While loop, nested while loop. So if we discuss through the question, it is easy to understand. Okay. But why we are using this one and when we have to use this while and if statement, for that you have to watch the lectures, right? So entire city course is basically when we have to use this particular thing. Okay. If you ask me, we can explain this entire thing in just 10 minutes, but we have spent entire 2-3 hours to explain while condition just because we should know when we have to use this one. Okay. How it works, we can explain in 10 minutes, but when we have to use this, that is what the take away from this particular course. Okay. So you can see here the following pseudocode execute in the scores data set. Okay. At the end of execution, variable count captures number of students. So in this type of question where you need to find out the correct code fragment, please read the question carefully. Okay. Variable count captures the number of students whose total marks are more than the class average of total marks, but have scored below the subject average in at least one subject. Okay, so if you understand this question, that's it. If you understand this particular statement, what it is saying, you have to capture those number of students whose total marks are more than the class total marks. Okay, so average, so we can see a total mark should be greater than the average total marks. This is fine, right? But have scored below the subject average in at least one of the subject. Okay, what does this particular statement mean? Yes, anyone?
That means the average of the marks in this subject of the whole class, in that particular subject.
Yeah, of that
For
particular
the
subject.
individual subject.
So for the physics, chemistry, mathematics, right? So here we're talking about the physics average marks of the entire data set, right? Same for chemistry, same for mathematics, right? So average marks of physics, chemistry, mathematics respectively. Now have scored below subjects average in at least one subject, right? So below. So that particular student should have marks less than this particular average in at least one subject. For those students, we are going to count that, okay? We are going to capture that. So let's try to solve this question. Okay. Do you understand this particular statement? We have three subjects, physics, chemistry, mathematics. We have to check for those students who got less than average marks in that particular subject. Okay, in any one of the subject. Okay, at least one subject we are saying here. Okay, so count equals to 0. We have initialize. Variable table has more rows. Yes, read the first row as. Here we have 4 variable A, B, C, D, and all are initialized to what? False. Okay. Now, if x dot total greater than equals to average, so this is what we are checking. Okay, so average total marks is greater than average. If that is true, then only we are going to set A equals to true. If mathematics marks of that particular student is less than average marks, then we are setting B equals to true. If physics marks is less than average physics marks, setting C equals to true. And chemistry marks less than average chemistry marks, we are setting D equals to true. Okay. So this is what we are doing here. Now tell me, in order to satisfy this particular condition, this one, right? So here we have two things. First, this condition should satisfy, and that student should score below average mark in at least one subject. Okay, this is what the condition is. Now here we have 4 variables. Okay, and we have to fill the code here. I think that this will be, yeah, like this. So what about this particular option number A? Will this give us the required thing here? Count, is this correct?
Yes.
Is this correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. It will.
Yes, sir.
Because A will be true only when the total marks average total marks is greater than total marks is greater than the average. Okay, so this our requirement got satisfied, and we also want below average marks in at least one subject. So this will be A, B, C, D only true when we have a below average marks, right? So either B or C or D, at least one subject it will get covered. So this will also become true. So true and true will be true, and then only we are going to increment the value of count. So this option is correct here. Okay. So our both the criteria getting satisfied here because we want to check for at least one subject. So or will the correct thing here. Any doubt here? Anyone? Why option A is correct?
Sir, I have
Yes.
actually I understand the question, but in the question why we have written A equals to false and B equals to false.
So here we have initialized the variable here like this. Okay. So we have defined this variable and we have initialized this particular variable like this to false, false, false. Okay.
Sir, that is a variable we can give a zero value or only false value.
No, we can initialize with any value here. None, true, false, zero, any number of anything, like integer also. But if I say a equals to 0, then data type of a will become what? Integer. If I say a equals to none, then data type of a will become what? String or character, we can say. If I say a equals to true or false, then data type of a will become boolean. Okay. So whatever the value you are going to initialize that particular variable, it will take that particular data type. Okay. Otherwise, if we don't mention this one, then it will say this variable is not defined. Okay. In the actual code, if you see. Okay. So what about option number B? Is this correct?
No,
Is this
sir.
true? Why not true? What it is
Because it
giving?
want
Huh?
A compulsory and among B, C, D, anyone.
Yeah. So we want A to happen, but here what is happening? Even A condition is false, but B is true, then this condition is becoming true. We don't want that. We want the average, we want the total marks to be greater than average. So A must be part of the condition, right? So B is not correct here. What about this one?
B is not compulsory. We can have B, C, or D, anyone.
B is
Yeah.
not compulsory.
So this is not a correct. Even if A is true but B is false, then entire condition will become false, right? So again, not satisfying our requirement. What about this? Same thing here as well. Okay. So only option A is correct here. So you have to understand a question. Rest is just a while loop and the if statement. That's it. Okay. So please try to solve all the assignment questions like this. Okay. Now, if you see here, yeah. Okay. So this is about the pseudocode here. Now, can anyone tell me what is procedure? What is procedure?
When we want to do something repeatedly.
Yes. Let's say, for example, I'm writing a logic for finding out the summation of any particular subject. Let's say, for example, physics, right? So I'm writing down the procedure for finding out the summation of subject, right? Let's say, for example, physics. But if I want to find out the summation of all the three subjects, mathematics as well as physics, chemistry, right? For that particular gender, let's say, for example, any particular gender, will I am going to write the same procedure for every subject or for every gender? No. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to define one procedure like what we have done here. For example, some mathematics, right? So if in the entire code, if I want the summation of mathematics for male only, then I will call this particular procedure. If I want summation of mathematics for female student, then I will call this particular procedure for this parameter. Okay. So if we want to use a particular line of code again and again, and it is doing some particular task, so we will just define it as one procedure, or we can say function. Okay. So in Python, we generally say it is a function. We are defining it here. We can call this particular function whenever we want. Okay.
So,
So
sir, we can say that it's kind of a template where you are just putting the values.
yeah, it's a kind of a template. You can see a parameter here. If you put m here, then it instead of gen, it will be m here, right? So we will get the mathematics marks for a male student here, right?
Yes.
So you can see here, procedure name is some mathematics. Argument received is chain, right? Calling procedure with the parameters. So when we define the procedure, this is basically argument. But when we call the procedure, for example, like this, so we give some input to that, and that input is called as parameter here. Okay. While defining, it is a argument, but when we give the value, and that value is basically we call as parameter here. So that is f here. So argument variable is assigned with parameter value. Procedure call this particular procedure start with gen equals to f. So where in the procedure, if we are using gen, instead of gen, it will be f throughout the code here like this. Okay. And accordingly, we will get the output. So procedure returns value stored in sum using return sum here. Okay. So very useful thing. Any doubt? What is procedure here? If you want to call or if you want to execute a particular line of code again and again for different parameters we will just define it as a function and then we will call that particular function. That's it. Okay.
So please repeat the procedure.
Okay. Let's say, for example, I want to do some a particular task, right? And same logic is required to do another task with different parameters. For example, I'm not defining any procedure here. I'm just writing this particular code with M here like this. Okay. So this will give me what? So sum will give me summation of mathematics marks for gender. But after few lines of code, I also want summation of mathematics for female as well. In that case, what I need to do? Again, I need to write the entire code and here F here, right? So with the same code, I need to write this logic one more time, right? So again, it's a repetition here. But if I want to call this particular logic again and again for doing same task with different parameters, I will make it as a function or procedure, and then we are going to call this particular procedure. So once I have defined this procedure, I don't need to write the entire code again. I can simply use this particular name to call that particular procedure. That's it. Okay. So let's say, for example, okay, any doubt here in procedure?
No, sir.
Let me take one example that will be much clearer to you. Okay. So we have not discussed this one. Okay, let's go with this one. Okay, so you can see this particular pseudocode here. What will count represent, right? So again, count equals to 0. We have a while loop here. Table 1 has more rows. Yes. Read the first card. Yes. Move that card to another table. Yes. So here we have one more while. What we called is, can anyone tell me? If we have while inside the while, what is this?
Nested while.
Nested loop, right? Nested while loop, we can say. So if we have while inside the while, then it is a nested while loop. So let's discuss this one, how this works. Okay? So here we have a 30 cards, right? Here also we have 30 cards in table 1. Okay, let's say table 1 is having 30 cards. So while table 1 has more rows, read the first row X in table 1, move that row X to table 2 here. So what we are doing here, we have table 1, we have table 2, right? So card number 0, we have card number 1, we have, right? You can see this goes data set. Yeah, so card number 0, and let's say, for example, for the first iteration, we are read the first row X. So this is basically my X. So card number 0 will be my X row, and I am moving that particular row to table 2. So 0 row will be here in the table 2. That's it. I have moved that row. Now, while table 1 has more rows, yes, read the first row Y in table 1. Now, after moving this row to another table, the first row in the table 1 will become what? Card number 0, Harish, right? So this is what my first row, that is basically a Y, and this is basically a X here, right? In the table 1. Now what is count here? Count equals to count, which is a 0 initially, plus compare something, and we have a 2 attribute as a parameter here. So what is this compare something? We don't know. Then we have to go for the procedure here. After this, we'll go to this particular line number 13 because we have to check what this particular procedure is doing. It is taking two inputs, right? X dot total and Y dot total. Means X means first row, that is basically 210. Y is 198. Okay. So let me write it down. 210 and Y is basically 198. It is the X dot total mass. So this is what we are going to take as input. So this will be A, X is 210, and this will be 198 like this, B. Now, what about this one? So, the moment we call this particular procedure for this particular input, we are going to call this procedure. Okay. Now, what about this? Whether A is greater than B, 210 greater than 198?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Then we are going to return -1. Okay. So, procedure can be used to update the value or to return something. Okay. To return something means once we execute this particular return statement, that's it. We don't need to go to any line here inside the procedure. It is going to return -1. It means what? The output of this entire thing, output of this entire procedure is what? -1. Okay, that's it. So count 0 plus -1 will be a -1 here. Then count again, we are count equals to count plus again we are calling the same function, but here what we are doing, y dot total comma x dot total here. So we have changed the position here. So it will be a 198 and this will be a 210. Again, A and B will be what? 198 and this will be a 210. Now tell me what it will return,
1,
this
sir.
particular procedure.
1.
Now you can see here A greater than B. No, that is not correct. So if condition is false, we'll go for else statement and we have to return whatever is mentioned here, right? So return is 1, right? So return, here we are returning 1. So but the previous line number 7, what's the value of count?
-1.
Minus 1. So minus 1 plus 1 here, the value will be what?
0.
Like 0. So we are moving the row Y to table 3. So we have one more table, that is a table 3. We are moving what? Which row? Y. Y from this particular table, right? So we are removing this particular Y to table number 3. Okay. Now tell me after line number 9, where I need to go?
3. 2.
Tell me 2 or what?
2.
Or 5?
5.
See how this while loop works, right? We
Yes,
have
sir.
entered the while loop here. Unless this particular condition becomes false, we cannot exit this while loop. We have to go back again and again till this condition becomes false. Then only we can go for a line number 11, right? So for the first row only, we have removed that particular row. Now here you can see a parenthesis, right? We have an indentation here. So again, we have to go back to this particular while loop. Now, table 1 has more rows. Read the first row Y in table 1. Now, tell me what is Y here? Which row? Which card number?
1.
1 we already, previously it was 1 only, right? And then we have moved that row to table 3. Now, 1 is not there, na?
Sir.
So it will be 2.
Yeah, then we will go for a 2 here, right? Then the card number will be a 2 here, right? So here X is what? Card number 1 only. And here what we are doing, we are comparing the total marks of X, that is card number 1, with all other cards here from 0 to 29. 29? Yeah, sorry, card number 0 here. From 0, 1 to 29 like this. So we are comparing the marks of all this first row, this particular row with all other rows. That is what the nested loop is. Are you getting my point? What I am trying to say?
Yes, sir.
So first we have compared the card number 00 with card number 01. Now I will go for a next one, that is card number 02. Again same thing, we are reading the first row Y, that is a card number 02. Again count equals to what? From the previous iteration, count will be 0, what, right? Yeah.
Sir, please repeat, sir. I am not understood.
Yeah, see. So row number X, right? First row X is what? For the first case, it is a card number 0, right?
Yes.
And then we have moved that particular card 0 into table 2. You can see move the row in table 2.
Yes, sir.
Again, we are reading the card from the table 1 itself. Now, what will be the first row?
Card number 1.
Card number 1, right? So we will do the operation for card number 1, but we are inside this particular while loop, so we have to complete this entire while loop till this particular condition become false. Now, if I go for a next iteration, again I am going to read the first card because that card number 1 is moved where?
Table 3.
Right. So if I go for a next iteration,
But
what
now
will be the card?
there is no card in table number 2. Table number 2, there is no card left.
Table 2.
Table 2.
No, table 2 we have the card X, card number 0. In table 3 we have card number 1.
Yes, sir.
Right. So let me create the table that will be easier for you. Okay. So table 1 is this particular table. Okay. So table 1 is this particular table what we have. Table 2 is basically we are moving X to table 2. Right. So moving X to table 2. So first we have moved 0, 1. Table 3 is basically what? We are moving the Y. So for the first iteration, we have removed what? Card number 1 here. Then we go for again next iteration. Here card number is 2. Again, same thing we are going to compare.
Sir, card number we are removing from second table, row Y.
Move row Y to table 3. And what is row Y? That is card number 1 here.
Okay.
First row in table 1. Now we have removed the 0 and 1. If I go for a next iteration, next card will be card number 2, right?
Okay.
So means we are comparing every card with the X, so every row with the
Card
X
number
row.
0. Yeah. X row is card number 0. First row, right? For the first iteration here.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So again, I will go for a next iteration. Card number 2. Again, count was 0, right? So again, compare something. What is X dot total? X is basically card number 0 only. It is 210. 110. But Y is what? 188 here. 188 here. Again, we are going to call this particular procedure. Again, this is condition is 2. This will be -1. Again, count is -1. Again, at this number line, -1 will be there. Plus, again, we are going to exchange the value of X and Y. Again, this will be interchange 188 and 210. And again, this will become 1. So again, we are going to add 1. Again, the count will become 0. Okay. So anyway, count is going to become 0 only here. Right. So this for the card number 2 we have done. Count is still 0. We'll move that row Y, that is card number 2 in the table 3. So we have removed that table 3. Right. Now we are doing this for each and every card like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till 29. So we'll add this 3 till 29. Okay. Now the moment I will reach card number 29 here, that's it. We don't have any other row in this particular table 1 because we have gone through all the 29 cards. Now this table 1 is empty. Now this condition becomes false and now I'm going to exit the while loop. I will execute the line number 11 now. Now what is this line number 11 saying? Tell me.
Say, reset the table 1.
Means the rows or the cards which we have seen that we have to put again in the table 1.
So table 3 to table 1, right? Not the table 2. So then we have to move all the rows from table 3 to table 1. So we are moving all the rows to table 1 here like this. That is from 1 to 29. Okay. Because we already compare 0 with all other cards. And then we are going for an outer while loop. Now in the next iteration, in the second iteration of the outer while loop, what's the first row then? Tell me.
1.
Yeah, that is the card number 1. So X is card number 1. Again, we are entering the while loop. Table 1 has more row. We have removed the row X to table 2. So we have added 1 here. Now what is remaining in the, what's the first row in table 1 now? After removing the 1?
2.
2. Yeah. So again, we are comparing 1 with 2, 1 with 3 like that. Okay. So first we have compared 0 with 1 to 29. Then we are going comparing 1 with 2 to 29. Then we'll compare 2 2 with 3 to 29. Like that, this will nested iteration will keep continuing. Okay. This is how nested while loop is.
So, but what we are achieving by this, sir, actually?
Yes, sir, means what we are achieving after it.
No, I am explaining how nested while loop works. Okay. Answer is simple only. Okay. So this is how nested while loop works. If you ask me the answer, we just need to find out the value of count. Okay. So what is the value of count here? Tell me.
0.
It will be always 0, right?
Yes, sir.
Doesn't matter which one is greater. If it is 200, it is 100. Still, it will be first -1, and then here it will be a +1. It will be 0. Even if this is 100 and 200, doesn't matter which one is equal. Here it will be +1, it will be -1. But at the end, together it will be a 0 always. Okay, so count equals to 0 always.
When A and B are equal, what that?
Okay, when both are equal, okay, in that case, what will happen? Yeah, correct. Yeah. If, let's say, for example, 200, 200, right? Now, tell me, what will happen?
Return 1 and the count between
It
twos,
will
right?
not fall on any condition and will move to table 1, sir.
No, it's a return
No,
1.
no, no. See here. If this is 200, this is 200, what will happen here? A and B are 200. Yes, correct. What will happen here? Whether this is true, 200 is not greater than true. So we'll go to else block here.
part.
We are going to return 1. So count 0 plus 1 will be a 1. Again, what about this one? Again, even if we exchange, it will be still 200, 200. Right? Again, this will be 1. So 1 plus
Count will
1,
be
this
2,
will be
sir.
2. Yeah, count will be 2. So I guess always 0 is not a correct option here. No. So this is not a correct. Whenever the marks is same, in that case, it will be a 2. So twice the number of pairs of students who have same total marks. Yeah. If the student have same total marks, then count will represent that particular value. Okay. Otherwise, if student have greater or less marks, then it will be a 0 only, right?
Sir,
The
but on
number of
total,
huh?
it's showing that the correct answer is option 1.
No, option D, na? Number
Option
of
A. Option A, I think.
no, option D is correct here, right? So number of pairs of students who have different total marks. So if it is a different total marks, then anyway count will be 0, right?
Okay.
Count, the value of count is 2 when the total marks is same, right? You can see twice the number of pairs. Now, when we talk about number of pairs, we are dealing with two students X and Y here. Okay. So X and Y is a pair here. So it's a one pair. Okay. So pair of one student. So 2 indicate twice the number of pair of students who have same total marks here. Okay. So count is basically 2, but the students are Ramesh and Suresh, right? That's it. So we have 2 students, but the pair is 1 here, right? So we're talking about the pair of a student. So twice the number of pair of a student. Okay. If we have, let's say, for example, 4 such student, right? In that case, let's say, for example, 100, 100 we have, then we have 200, 200. So for this case, it will be 2. And if I consider this case, this will be 4, right? So answer will be 4. But how many pairs we have? 2 only, right? That's why twice.
Sir, if we have 400 marks, then?
If 400 marks, in that case also, it will be what? This will compare with this will compare with this, right?
Yes.
So again,
6
it will
pairs
form
will
a
be.
pair. Yeah. 6 pair will be there. Yes, I guess 6 pair will be there. 6 or 8. 1, 2, 3. No. 4. Yeah, 8 pair will be there, right? If we have 400 marks, right? Let's say, for example, 2, 3, 4, 5. So pair of 2 with 3, pair of 2 with 4, pair of 2 with 5. So we have 3 pairs and 1 pair from this one, 200. That will be 4 pairs. So the value of count will be 8, right? Like this.
So pair of 3 with 4 will also be there. 3 with 5 will also be there.
2 with 3, 2 with 4, 2 with 5, 3 with 4 will also be there. Yeah.
And 3 with 5 and 4 with 5.
4 with 5 will also be there. Yeah. So that's why. So we got 8 pairs now then.
Yes,
Twice
sir.
the number of pairs.
We have
So
got
2 and 3,
6 pairs, sir.
4, 2 and
Yeah,
5.
sir.
This is
6
3
pair.
pair. And then 3 with 4. Yes, 3 with 5. Again 4 with 5. It is 6 pair. And this one, if we consider 7 pair, right?
Yes.
That will be 7 pair. So value of count should be 14 then. Is this correct? Can we verify?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the value of count will be 14 then. Because every time we'll add 2 for this particular pair. Yeah. Okay. So this will give us twice the number of pairs of students who have same total marks. Yeah. Okay. But if I say here it is greater than or equal to sign, in that case, what will be the answer?
0, sir. Count.
Yeah, it will be a 0 always. Okay. So just read the question and check the condition. Okay. Sometimes we may give the same question, but we just change the condition here, and you might think that answer will be a D, but you have to look for this condition as well. Okay. But the main thing is we are discussing about how nested while loop works. Okay. This is a simple one. When will be the value of count will be 0 and that one. But nested while loop. So when we use the nested thing, na, so nested while loop, right? Nested while loop, right? So we have one while, inside that we have another while. Okay, this is a condition, and here also we have a condition, and here we have some code, and for this here we have ending, right? So for the first iteration, that is the first row, let's say for example, this is going to compare with all the iterations of inner while loop. That is where we use this nested loop here. If you watch the lectures, we have discussed when we are going to use the nested loop or not. If I want to find out the number of pairs, right? Let's say, for example, if I want to find out how many students are there who got the same number of total marks. In that case, what I need to check? I need to check whether the card number 0. So 210, do we have one more student with 210? For that, what I need to do? I need to compare this marks with all the students, right? And similarly, I want to check for 198. Again I need to compare 198 with all the remaining students. So this is the case where we require a nested while loop. Okay. So whenever we want to compare one row with every other row in the remaining table, that is the best case for a nested while loop. Are you getting my point? Whenever you want to compare all the rows with each other, right? In that case, we go for a nested while loop here. For example, I want to find out how many students sharing the same date of birth. Now, how we are going to find out which student has the same date of birth? For example, 7 November. Anyway, you need to go through entire data set to check whether 7 November is there or not. And same thing we have to do for a 3rd June also. Again, compare with every other row like that. Okay. So this is the example for a nested while loop. Very, very important concept. Okay. Please try to solve more questions on this. So that's it. Rest everyone is just while loop and how if statement works. That's the only thing in the week 3 we have. In week 4, we have more a complex example, nested while loop along with the procedures. We'll discuss that. Okay. This is the only thing in the week 3. Anyone, any doubt in week 3? You can ask now. You can solve the practice assignment questions. We'll discuss in the Monday's session. Or tomorrow also we have a session. Yes. Okay. Any doubt from the week 3 now, except the practice assignment question?
Sir, week 3.
Activity
Assignment
3.1.
activity number 1, non-graded activity number 1.
Okay.
Last
Wait.
question.
We'll go one by one. So 3.1, right?
Last question.
Yeah. So if any question required lecture, so please go through that. We'll see. Last question, right? Assume that this is a question, right? What happened?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Each card in the shopping bills data set represent using the following pairs of table. Okay, so we have this ID, shop, customer, total. Then we have ID, item, category, quantity, price, cost. Can any one of the columns from the either table be removed without losing the information? Is that correct? Can we remove the any of the column?
Total.
सर इससे
No, if we
पहले वाला क्वेश्चन जो है नंबर 5 वाला वो और है इसी में
yeah.
लैंग्वेजिंग 5th वाले की समझ नहीं आ रही पूछ क्या रहा है 5th वाला व्हाट इज द 5th क्वेश्चन इवन आस्किंग थोड़ा
Okay,
कॉम्प्लिकेटेड सा है लैंग्वेजिंग में ट्रिकी सा है
yeah.
थोड़ा
So
Sir, please
consider
can you
tabular.
complete first section?
Yeah. So tell me, what is the answer for this question? Can we remove any other column?
Yes,
No,
sir.
sir.
Total.
Why we can remove total?
Because anytime we can add up and then we can get the total.
Yes, sir.
So
We can
total
add
is
it
not
prices
not
from price column. So we don't the data will not affect if we remove total.
See, if you see this particular table, right, it is having quantity, price, and quantity into price is basically what? Cost, right? And if you do a summation of cost, that is basically what? Total, right?
total. Yes.
Now, if I remove any column, any row here, this is going to affect this particular table, this total, right?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting my point? If we remove
how
any
will
row
it
from
not
this,
affect the above table like they both are the same data set
yeah, shopping the data set only, na. So we have two different cards there. One for shop, one for the this one, right? So in the same card, you can see there, right?
So we can also remove cost
so we can
also.
just remove one of any of the two कोई सा भी एक हटा सकते हैं दोनों में से कोई सा भी
The
एक
No, no,
cost.
see,
So we can also
what I am
remove
saying,
cost also.
no, first read, but see, what I am saying, quantity into price equals to cost, and summation of all costs is basically a total, right? Now, if I remove any column here or any row here, this is going to affect the total. Okay, so you are saying columns, right? Category, if we remove,
So no information will be lost, sir, actually.
yeah, without losing the information. Okay.
Yes. Cost
but
we
if
can
we
remove,
don't know
sir.
the category how can we just like it is a bit confusing कि अगर कैटेगरी हटा दी तो पता कैसे चलेगा कि कौन सी चीज के लिए जैसे अगर कभी पूछ लिया कि
That
फूड
is
आइटम्स
losing
किसके लिए
information.
टॉयलेट आइटम्स किसके लिए तो कैटेगरी हटाने का तो यहाँ पे कोई कैसे बना
Yeah, so we cannot, without losing the information. Yeah, so we cannot remove the category, right? Yeah, we cannot remove the ID as well, but we can remove the
Total
total.
निकाल सकते
We can
because we
remove
Because we
can
cost.
remove
already,
that anytime.
So we can
yeah,
remove
from
any of the cost columns, sir. Any of the
cost
cost row.
column
We can remove the any one of the entries under
in
the
the first
cost
table.
column.
This one.
No,
No,
no.
no. If you
Second one, sir.
this one.
No, no. Cost. Cost column we can remove. Also in total also we can remove, sir.
Total we can remove because from the cost we are going to get the total, right?
हाँ.
So there is no loss of information here.
But cost is
Because
equal
बट
to
सर अगर कॉस्ट हटा दिया तो फिर प्राइस भी तो है कॉस्ट की जगह लेने के लिए तो
price into
ये क्वेश्चन है कि प्राइस हटाएंगे कॉस्ट हटाएंगे दोनों में आना अंतर ही क्या है प्राइस पता है तो कॉस्ट का
सर ऑप्शन में कॉस्ट है
option
ही
में नहीं cost नहीं है, so we cannot remove. Even yeah,
नहीं फॉर
we can remove,
हाइपोथेटिकली सर
cannot cost.
हाइपोथेटिकली अगर कॉस्ट का ऑप्शन होता तो उसको हटा सकते थे कि नहीं
Yeah, उसको हटा सकते थे,
क्योंकि
हम कैलकुलेट कर
price
सकते क्वांटिटी इनटू
तो
प्राइस,
quantity
कॉस्ट मिल जाएगा.
But even if cost and total दोनों भी एक साथ दिया
ना
गया
दोनों
तो
नहीं हटा
total
सकते.
select करेंगे ना
No,
because that
we
will be
both
easy to
we
cover.
cannot remove both together, right? Either one of them we can remove. Otherwise, we'll not get the correct information here, right? Either we can remove total or either we can remove the cost,
so
not
we
the
can
both, right?
remove both total and
So
cost
we can
simultaneously.
remove both.
How?
So
How you
because
can verify then?
quantity into price is
Price
equal
into
to cost.
quantity. Price
सर
into
अगर
cost.
क्वांटिटी और प्राइस सही है तो कॉस्ट भी आ जाएगा पूरे रोज का एंड देन we'll add up all the cost and get the total.
Okay, but here we have not specified in the option. That you can say we can, yeah, we can calculate, right? But we cannot compare that is correct in the card or not.
Sir,
We can do that.
if you ask me that, I will say total can be removed because the total is because the pros plus price into quantity is the total. If we remove in the total means we can get the values of the total from price into quantity. So I think the total will be right.
Yeah, total is the correct answer. Here we cannot remove this to any way.
Yes, sir.
And this is
Why
also
am
not correct.
instead of we can say that any loss of information, it's a loss of information, but we can gain that data from in some other way, like product of prices into quantity.
Yeah, so we can remove the total here.
So why
So for
not
cost
category?
also you are saying.
Also sir, the fifth one की languaging थोड़ी सी confusing है, तो
Yeah.
इसलिए
Okay,
आप
is this okay? Is this clear? We can
Yes,
remove
sir.
the
Yes,
total
sir,
because
clear.
from cost we can get that information. That's it. Okay. Now, what about the fifth question here? Consider representation of in set. We have this entire table. What is the ID of the card that occupies maximum number of rows in this table? Or ID of the card which occupies maximum number of rows in the table, right? That occupies maximum number of rows in this table.
So we have to refer to the shopping bills data set.
Yes.
Yeah, sir.
Yes,
So
We have to check
actual
data set.
data then. Yeah.
सर इस वाले को सॉल्व कैसे करेंगे? ये वाला समझ नहीं आया बंदा.
So,
We have to use status
according to
first.
the answer will be 4.
No, you can check the data
But
set shopping.
ID, shop, customer and total will be the same.
So shopping with data set, right? So number of rows for which ID? This is what the question is, right? Yeah. ID of the card that occupies maximum number of rows in the table. So you can see here. So I guess
Center
among
सबसे
all the
ज्यादा.
cards, card number 3 is the one having highest number of rows, right?
इसका सबसे
Yeah.
ज्यादा है.
That's it. You
Rows.
have to go one by one for all the 30 cards and you have to check. That's it. Okay.
तो इसमें करना क्या होगा यानी?
यहाँ पे हर एक कार्ड्स पे जाओ और देखो कौन से कार्ड ने ज्यादा रोज है, वही ये पूछा है. कार्ड नंबर 3 में सबसे ज्यादा रोज है. That's it.
तो यानी
So which
डेटा सेट की जरूरत पड़ेगी
ऐसा.
इसमें, जो
हाँ
डेटा सेट
yes
गिवन है.
data set. Yeah, which ID
मेरे को ये
has
सोचा था कि
occupied
यहाँ पे
maximum.
डाटा तो गिवन है नहीं, इस चक्कर में थोड़ा
नहीं
टाइम
नहीं
लगा था.
no,
थैंक यू सर.
yeah. Okay, any doubt in 3.2?
No, sir.
3.3?
3.3 का लास्ट क्वेश्चन.
Sir,
3.2.
sir, 3.3
3.2.
question number 3 and 4.
Okay, wait. I
Same.
3.2. Any doubt? 3.2.
Question number 1
No,
and
sir.
5.
3.2 question number 1 and 5, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me take that first. Scores data set. This question, right? Question number. We
Yes,
had
sir.
15 students who have scored below the class average of group of 30 students. If we generalize it to a group
नो
of
सर ये वाला
n
नहीं है.
student, no. 3.2 question number 1 I am discussing. Okay. How many students would be below the class average? So we have
Sir, n
15
by
students
2.
who have scored below the
नहीं.
class average in a group of 30 students, right? Then if we generalize it to a group of n students, how many students would be the below?
Insufficient
n upon 2.
information.
इनसफिशिएंट डाटा कैसे मिलेगा? n upon 2 हो सकता है वैसे इसका.
क्योंकि देखो एक इससे पहले एक वीडियो है
लेकिन
जिसमें
फिर
सर
सभी बच्चों
एक्सप्लेन
का
करे
प्रॉपर
थे
तरीके से नहीं
कि 99% ऑफ द क्लास फेल बिलो द एवरेज. लाइक अब समझो 100 स्टूडेंट्स है जिसके 99 स्टूडेंट्स को सिर्फ 50 मार्क्स है और 100 स्टूडेंट को सिर्फ 100 है. So all the
But
99
in this,
students
we
will
are
be under
talking about
below
the
average.
score date sheet and 15 students
वो
are
वाले
already
क्वेश्चन की
given.
बात ही नहीं कर रहे अभी, तो ये सेकंड वाले के फर्स्ट की बात कर रहे हैं. वो वाला तो उसमें 29 आंसर है, वो आपको पता है.
Guys.
Wait. Question number 1 we are discussing for lecture 3.2. Okay. So here you can see if we generalize the group of n student, how many students would be above the class average? We cannot say n by 2. No, we cannot say anything about this one,
Because
right?
it's given 30 students and 15 students are below average, so it's n by 2 only, no?
No. We cannot say. Let's say, for example, we have 32 students. So can we say around 16 students score below average? No, we cannot say, right? They can,
But
those two
if this
students can
data
have,
is given group of 30 students and 15
we
students are
generalize it
below
to a
average,
group
so
of,
how it's insufficient data?
no, we are talking about the n number of students, generalized student, right? If we have 100 students, we cannot say there are 50 students who got a below class average. This is not correct, na?
So in this question, capital N does not mean that it's a group of 30 students.
No. It can be any number of students. Yes. Okay. Question number 3 also, right?
5.
5.
5,
Okay.
5.
Consider the score data set minimum and maximum values. Okay, we have given this two value minimum maximum. We decided to offer 5 grades A, B, C, D, where A is the highest, D is the lowest. What would be the range of the score associated with the D grade? Assume that interval size is the same for all the grades. I guess for this question, you have to refer to a lecture. In that, we have discussed one pseudocode, right? For
No,
giving
sir,
the
in
grades.
this we have to make
Sir, we
interval. I
want to
can't
debate.
make interval.
Okay, so we have 5 things. So, okay, interval, right? 99 divided by 50, so that will be 5, right? 5. So 49 divided by 50. Not 50 by 50, it will 10, right? We have to consider the interval of 10. Then for A is highest, E is lowest. What would be the range for D, right? So D
50 to
hoga
59.
second.
Yes, sir.
So 80, 90 to 99 wala hoga A, right? So if we go in that way, so from E we will get 51 or 52, minimum
But
58 to
when we
59.
divided, we said that interval would be of 10, difference would be 10. So how can 90 to 99, the difference is 10?
Difference 9. 50 to 59.
Sir, we
From
have
60
50
to
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 59,
69.
we have to
ऐसा है.
consider 50 also, right? If you count 50 to
sir,
15, that is 10 student, right? So here this will be 50 to 59, it will be E grade, and then 60 to 69 will be what next lowest is D grade, right?
So
Then
basically, the
that in
second
this
last
way
we
you
have to
can
find
get.
out.
Yeah, in this way D only. So this will be the correct option here, okay?
So, so
So we have discussed this in the lecture. You can just go through that. Okay. Okay. Any doubt? Question number, sorry, activity 3.3 now.
Sir, activity 3.3, last question.
Last question. Okay. First, second question, anyone?
Sir, question number 3 and 4.
3 and 4. Okay. 3 and 4 and 5. Okay. So we have a table with 100 words. Okay. Word type count, high frequency and long 20. So please refer to what we mean by high frequency and long and short word. I think number of letters is what, 6 or 5, 4? I don't remember. Okay, you can check that. So this data is given to us. What percentage of high frequency word confirms hypothesis that high frequency words are short? High frequency words are short. This is basically what? 60
60 by 80.
out of total. How many total words we have?
80.
High frequency words confirm that high frequency. This is so high frequency
Difference.
words we have
80.
here also. That is 80. That is basically 3 by 4. 75 answer hai. Let me check. The answer is 75 here. Okay.
How it comes 60 and 80?
So here we are checking what percentage, right? So percentage of what? High frequency words confirm that hypothesis that high frequency words are short. High frequency and short is basically 60 among high frequency words. Total high frequency words, how many we have? 60, and here we have 20. 60 short word, 20 long word, that is basically 80, and hypothesis is basically what? 3 by 4. So percentage we are asking. Okay. If we ask for low frequency and short, in that case, it will go for 18 and 20, like that. Okay. Okay, question number 4 now. What percentage? Okay, low frequency words are long. Long means 2 and 20. So I guess 1 by 10. Or what? reject the hypothesis. Okay. So here we have said is what confirms the hypothesis is basically 75. But if you look at this one, what percentage of low frequency word reject the hypothesis? That flow at low frequency words are long. So that is 18, and total we have 20. That is a 90%. But it confirms that this hypothesis is correct. Now we want reject. Number of percentage is what? 1 minus 0.9, that is 90. So we'll get 0.1, that is 10%. Okay, that is what the answer here. Okay. So here the thing is reject. Okay, please look at the statement. Is that clear? 3 and 4. Okay,
Yes,
question number 5.
Sir.
Yeah, question number 5. So count, we have a pseudocode
सर
here.
लेकिन फोर्थ में तो आंसर 90 बता रहा है.
90 is reject.
रिजेक्ट में आपने कहा था कि 10 आएगा, रिजेक्ट वाले में, फोर्थ वाले में.
Okay,
या
that
सर
you
आपने
can see.
18/20 कर दिया था, 2
ये
by
क्या
20
चाहिए?
की जगह.
Words are long. Words are long. Okay, 2. Okay, words are long is 2. Right? 2 by 20 then. Then it is 10, and then 1 minus 10 is 90. Okay. If I just change the question here with short instead of long, short, the answer will be what? 10. Okay. So just read the question. Otherwise, you will do mistake like what I have done. Okay. Okay. About this pseudocode, here you can see we have a count, we have sum, we have a while loop. So what we are doing here, we are picking a card, we are removing that card, we are moving that card to pile 2. We are doing a summation of letter count in the paragraphs word data set, and then we are incrementing the count here. So we don't have any conditions for every card. We are doing this letter count and the count of that particular card. So we are counting number of cards in the summation of letter count. What is average will indicate? What is average I? What is average F will indicate? Tell me.
Can you repeat the question?
Sir, it stores the average length of all words that have been moved to file 2, sir.
All means which one? I or F?
F.
F. Correct. Yes. So see, this average I is inside this particular while loop, and average F is outside the while loop, right? So what will happen? Let's say, for example, we have a card number, and here we have a letter count, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Letter count is 2, 4, 3, 5, 6, like this. Okay. 5. Okay. So here what is happening for the first iteration? Count is 1. Letter count summation is what? 2. Average will be what? 2 divided by 1, 2. Again go back. Again go for a next card. Summation will be what? 2 plus 4. That is basically a 6. Count will be a 2. So 6 divided by 2 will be what? 3. Again go for a next iteration. Again go for a card number 3. So count will be 3. Count will be 6 plus 3. That is 9. So 9 divided by 3. So what is average I is giving us? Now read the statement carefully. What is average I is giving us? For every card, average I is getting changed. What does this mean? Does it store the average length of all words in the paragraph? Is this correct? All
No,
words?
sir.
No,
Can we say all words? Intermediate state we are taking. We are not talking about the after execution, right? At the last, if we go for all the cards, then it will give us the average length. But at any intermediate level, let's say at these 3 cards only. So we got this 3. This is not the average length of the paragraph, right? What is this? Average length of words have been moved to pile 2. Is this correct?
Yes, sir. Because we are in the middle of the process.
Yeah. So we have, as of now, we have removed the 3 cards in the pile 2. You can see 1, 2, 3. So we can say number of cards we have removed. So I think this should be the answer, right? So average length of cards we have removed to pile 2. Yes. Still remaining in pile 1? No. Does not show any meaningful? No. So we are talking about the intermediate state here. If I say here, at end of execution.
Then the answer will
End
be
of
the first one.
execution, then average I will be same as average F only. That is the option number A. Okay. So again, read the statement carefully. Same for question number 6, I guess. Yeah. So after the code has been executed, which of the following is correct? After executed, they are saying, right? So anyway, both will be equal, right? Okay. Any other doubt now? Anyone? Okay. Lecture
Question.
3.4.
Sir, please put the link for the summary PDF, week 3 summary PDF in the chat window.
Okay. Okay. I will do that. Any doubt in lecture 3.4? Anyone? Activity?
3.4.
Sir, the last question of this exercise and the last question of the fourth one as well.
Wait. This exercise means 3.3.
Last one.
Okay. 3.3 last one. This one. Again, we have planned to classify for both frequency and length, three-way classification for frequency and this low, medium frequency, high, low, always medium length in the long and short. Given this setup, how many variables we need to maintain to keep a track of word count for different combinations that would come up. So we have three base classification. So high, low, medium, high, low, medium, right? So there is medium, right? And for both frequency and length, okay? So we need to compare both frequency of the word and length of the word. So high frequency, low frequency, medium frequency, and again high, medium, length, okay? So how many variables we need to maintain to keep a track of word count for the higher different combination of word will come up?
The answer will be the 9.
So 3 for frequency, 3 for length, and then
3 times 3 will be 9.
So it will be 3 into 3, 9, because high will match, high can match with any of the three of the other group. High frequency, high
frequency, high length, low frequency, low length, medium frequency,
Yes,
medium length.
Yes, sir. So 3 into 3, 9, sir.
Sir, how it is 9?
Sir, it is like three boys and three.
Let us sir explain, bro.
No, see, high frequency, high length to low frequency, low length, medium frequency, medium length. This is what a 6 we have, right? For 3 classification, and we have these 2 different things, right? Also, there is medium length in addition to long and short. There is now medium frequency in addition to high and low, and also medium in addition to long and short. Given this setup, we need to keep a track of word counts for a different combination would come up. Okay. How many variables we need to keep the maintain, right?
So it is like 3 boys and 3 girls, and in how many ways we can pair them up? So,
No, what is 3 here next? We just have 2 things, na? Frequency and length. That's it.
We have high, low, medium, and high, low, medium frequency, and high, low, medium length.
Yeah.
Yeah,
correct.
sir.
Yeah. Correct.
Three
Yeah.
way in both frequency and medium, long and short.
Yes.
Their
Yes. Correct.
frequency and the length of the
Yeah,
word.
that is 9. Correct. Like what we have discussed earlier, right? So the table is given na here. Here we have 2 things, so we will got 4. But if we have one more medium, then that will be a 9. Correct. Yeah. So we require 9 variables to keep a track of. Yes. Answer is 9 here. Okay. Anyone 3.4?
सर 3.4 फिक्स क्वेश्चन
सर 9 आंसर एक बार आया कैसे, एक बार एक्सप्लेन कर दीजिए, यहाँ पे थोड़ा नेटवर्क इशू हो रहा है, एक बार प्लीज
So
एक्सप्लेन कर दीजिए.
here we have high frequency, high length, and low frequency, low length, medium frequency, medium length. We have three this and three for this, right? So we need to have 9 variables for this combination, 3 into 3. Okay. So 3 for frequency, 3 for length, and then there's to keep a track of that, we require 9 variables. Okay. Question number last for this activity. Yes, anyone?
3 to 4, 6 to
Number
8.
3.
Question.
Question number 3. Okay. So this will be the last activity. Remaining we'll take in the tomorrow's session. Okay, activity 3.4. So question number 3, right? So here we have.
Sir, please put the link in the chat window, sir. I am leaving actually.
Which one? Okay.
That
PDF.
summary. Yes, summary PDF.
But the chat is disabled, sir.
No, I can message. Just a second. Week 3 summary. Yeah. Can you check?
So
I am also sending week 2 summary. It's not like very less information, but you can have it. Okay. Okay. Great. So here we have max 1, max 2, max 3. We have 3 variables to keep a track of maximum. Please mute. I'm getting a background noise. Yeah. So here we have 3 variables like that. So maximum 1, maximum 2. We have current values as 89, 70, 67. Assume that we always compare a new card first with maximum, then max 2 and max 3. Okay. Now we pick a new card having the marks 95. Right? How many pairwise comparisons among variables and cards are needed to update all the variables? Note that each pair consists of a card and one of the 3 variables. So how many comparisons are required here? If I compare 95 first, I'm going to compare with maximum one, right? So that's it. So we'll update this one with the 95, and here automatically we'll update with 89, and this will be 78. Right? So only one comparison required with the maximum. It is the current maximum. Right? So answer will be 1 here. So this question, please refer to our lectures. We have discussed this, how we are keeping a track of this one. Are you getting my point, what I am saying?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Question
What
number
about
9.
question number 9 directly? Okay. Question number 9. This question is based on, okay, not based on this one. In a variant of a school's data set, maximum marks in chemistry are this one. Students score 94 in all 3 subjects. Okay. And has topped the class based on the total marks. Will she get a prize? So I think this question is based on the price problem. What's the condition? It should be in the highest 3 total marks, top 3, we can say. Top 3 total marks. And also top 3 in at least 1 subject, right?
2 subjects.
At least 2 subject. Okay. At least 2 subject. This is what the condition we have. So 94 total marks he got. That is correct. But at least 2 subject he got topper in 3 maximum marks.
Only in one, I think.
So 94 in all 3 subjects. Student has scored 94 in all 3 subjects and stop the class. But we have to check for second condition. First condition satisfied. So what we can say, yeah, she has a
There's a good chance. Because her
good
maths and
chance.
physics mark are not the highest, only chemistry is.
No, he maximum marks in
Oh.
mathematics, physics, and chemistry, right? So there may be a chance where 94 is the second highest in any one of the subject, right? So in mathematics,
Okay, sir, I
definitely
got it.
like that. Okay, so there's a good chance of having. Okay, so we'll discuss
Thank you, sir.
remaining questions in tomorrow's session from 3.5 to remaining, I think 3.8 we have, and then practice assignment questions. Okay, so please try to solve those questions.
okay, sir.
Okay, chalo,
Thank you,
bye
sir.
bye.
Thank you, sir.
Good night.
Hello.
Sir,
Yes.
sir,
Sir,
link is
please, can you
One by one. Yes. Any
Sir,
doubt?
link is not there, sir, in calendar.
Okay, YouTube link.
Yes, sir.
Let me check with the studio audio.
Please.
Yeah, it will get updated. You can
Yeah.
check the IITM BS YouTube channel. It will be streaming online there.
Yeah, but it would be easy, sir, in
Yeah,
if you
I will
post in
add in the
calendar.
calendar. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
thank you, sir.
सर ये जो प्रीवियस जो क्विज हुई है जो सॉल्व की आपने वो यूट्यूब पे अवेलेबल है कहाँ पे
Previous quizzes.
सर व्यूज सॉरी सर क्विज प्रीवियस क्विज जो आपने सॉल्व किए हैं सर
नहीं, प्रीवियस क्विजेस का हम सॉल्व नहीं करते, मॉक टेस्ट अवेलेबल होगा. सो एनीवे वी आर गोइंग टू रिलीज मॉक टेस्ट. हाँ,
ये सर यही मॉक टेस्ट वही जो क्विजेस जो होती है ना आफ्टर उसमें जो एक्टिविटी होती है सर.
अच्छा, असाइनमेंट की बात कर रहे हो, प्रैक्टिस एंड ग्रेडेड.
यस सर यस सर
या ये हमने ऑलरेडी डिस्कस किया है. तुम जो यूट्यूब चैनल है ना बीएस डिग्री का, उस पर देख सकते हो प्लेलिस्ट सेक्शन में सिटी क्लोज के. ओके
ओके ओके सर.
ओके, थैंक यू, बाय बाय.
Sir, would you please explain? Or are you going? Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
हाँ, yes, tell me.
I was asking a question, sir.
Yeah, we
Can you
can
please
discuss in
explain it?
tomorrow's session. If it is a technical
Oh,
question, we can discuss in
okay.
tomorrow's session.
Okay. Have a nice day, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Good night.
Good night.